A dog kind of knows your soul needs comfort.
For anyone who's ever had the pleasure of working with a therapy dog, it's just a beautiful thing to bring them into an environment with people who may need just a little bit of love in that moment or a little bit of a break.
Dogs don't judge, so even in the toughest of times, she's there and she's constantly comforting.
People using dogs as companion animals seem to reduce suicide rates significantly by maybe 50–80%.
There's been studies that show that therapy dogs help with depression, anxiety, PTSD symptoms. It's just that calming effect that these animals have.
From blood pressure reduction to stress management to decompression to just giving people that room to breathe for a second.
Petting a dog causes you to release oxytocin. Now, oxytocin is a chemical that causes us to feel more connected, more close.
You have that serotonin release, so that helps calm the individual and then helps them process the traumatic events a little bit easier.
Baron's been a lifesaver for me. He definitely senses when my emotions change, when I'm highly stressed or anxious. He'll come right over to me. He's been amazing.
So a lot of times I bring Sammy to work when I know I'm going to meet with an officer. Starts a conversation, they are immediately drawn to the dog, and then I can start asking questions while they're petting the dog and Sammy's giving some attention and some love to them.
Sparky's claim to fame is that, as you can see, she jumps into any dispatch chair when we visit and she swivels around with the best of them, and that's what she does, and people laugh, and you know, it creates a camaraderie when we visit. They talk to each other.
So this is my therapy dog, Athena. We've taken her to the emergency room at the University Hospitals. We take her to critical incidents, so if there's a major incident that happens, we take her there when we do some debriefings and stuff. We take her to any kind of trainings we have when we talk about PTSD, just because having that dog there really lowers anxiety rates of individuals when we talk about some pretty traumatic events.
When we got Aspen, we knew she had a natural instinct to just comfort everyone and anyone she met. She has this little lean that she does, and it's kind of like an extra hug, like you're squeezing a little bit tighter, and that's kind of her special way of saying, I understand and I'm here for you.
This is Boog. I've had him about 2 years now. One of the things he does is kind of watches my back, so I don't like people coming up behind me unexpectedly, and I don't like crowds. He's like my friend I can take everywhere now, and it helps me having him with me. I would highly recommend people researching a service animal.
And I am a huge believer in service dogs, because when I am having a bad day, when I'm hurting or I'm in pain, he knows, and he gives me comfort, and he does what's called pressure therapy. If I'm beginning to have a panic attack, he's been taught how to help me escape from an environment I'm not comfortable in.
I can't imagine him not being in my life.
It can relax you, and it can just kind of ease your mind and kind of clear all your worries away.
So once the dog comes and smiles at you and opens up their mouth and looks you in the eye, it's hard not to return a smile and just to feel calm. And that's what we're looking for. And that's why I think the beauty of animal-assisted therapy is.
I love you. You're a good boy.